Hello everyone and welcome back to another secondary objective video. So I was just about to record a tier list and I had everything set up and we've had the biggest news drop for Space Marines in years, I think probably. So I've abandoned that entirely and I figured let's just do some hot takes on the latest Space Marine news. So firstly, like, subscribe, leave comments, head over to Instagram and check me out. If you don't, I'm going to burn your house down. So yeah, please like and subscribe. Um, let's get stuck in, shall we? Space Marines. There's a new Codex Space Marines codex coming out. And there's been rumours that Space Marines are going to change because orcs are tougher and they've got higher strength. And Marines have changed. So let's just whiz through some of the key parts in this. So, firstly, your basic Space Marine warriors are going to become Strength 5. So, their combat knives, their chainswords, and their bolt pistols. Huge change because any army out there that's currently toughness 4, you're now wounding on 3s. So, you're effectively getting +1 to wound against a large amount of models in the game. On top of that, you're also now going to wound tougher targets a lot easier because anything that was toughness 8 or toughness 9, so a lot of vehicles out there like rhinos, for example, you're now wounding on 5s, which is huge. We go again though, because not only has their basic strength increased, so have their weapons. So if we look at just intercessors, which I'd like to clarify are the basic battle line unit for Space Marines, they are the most average guys you can bring to the table. Their main gun can now be strength 6, AP1 2 damage with 2 shots in rapid fire and heavy, so it's actually hitting on 2s. Um, that is absolutely wild. That is a crazy profile to have, being strength 6. They're now wounding anything that's toughness 3 on 2s. So all you guard out there, Admech, my poor crew, Tau, they're all getting wounded on 2s, which is kind of crazy stuff. And if that's just the battle line, who knows what is going to happen to the rest of the codex. Phobos armor troops are going to stay toughness 4, but suddenly get a movement of 8 inches, which is mad. They're as fast as, berserkers, faster than most Eldari, which is kind of crazy. So, fine, makes perfect sense. Um, they have confirmed, which is really good. And when I say they, I'm talking about James' workshop here, that Heretic Astartes and other Codex Divergent chapters are going to get similar boosts. And this is important because when Marines went up to 2 wounds previously, Chaos Space Marines didn't get the same buff for months afterwards. So they were always still at 1 wound. So good to know that anything that's kind of similar is going to get the similar kind of change. You're going to get toughness 6 Terminators firing strength 5 Storm Bolters, which is going to be pretty huge. So there's going to be a crazy amount of changes. Can't wait to see that. That's going to be in October. So that is in 2 months, give or take. Be interesting to see how that works. The sad news for a lot of you Space Marine players out there is you've lost a lot of units. So Games Workshop have 2 terms here. There's legendary proxies and Warhammer Legends. So legendary proxies are allowed to be used effectively at home, stores, clubs, etc., but not at competitive Warhammer events unless the event organizer says yes, which basically means you can't use them because most of us watching this are probably competitive guys. So the legendary proxies units that are gone: tactical squads, devastator squads, suppressor squads, Pedro Cantor, and Uriel Ventris. And you can now use them as other things like an intercessor squad or desolation squad with permission. But gone for good into Warhammer Legends are Centurion Assault Squads, Centurion Devastator Squads, Razorbacks, both types of Predators, Vindicators, Whirlwinds, Stormhawk Interceptor, Storm Talon Gunship, Storm Raven Gunship, and the Hammerfall Bunker. So basically, if it's an old model and it's square, it's gone. Unless it's a Rhino, they're still here for some reason. A ton of crazy changes. This hopefully means that all of these units are going to get equivalents, and some of them already do. Like things like the Predators have kind of got their equivalent with models like the Gladiator Lancers, for example. Centurions are arguably a bit like aggressors. Um, so there are some alternatives there, but hopefully this means we'll get some more models back. As for what this is going to mean for the game competitively, we have no idea until the Space Marine Codex comes out. But there's some crazy changes there. Alongside that, there is another kind of fun positive change. There's a new Space Marine captain on bike has been revealed. This guy, his pose is okay. It's a bit average, but the big thing for this chap is actually some of the rules. So he's going to give his unit cleave 1 when they charge. So depending on how this works with Dark Angels bricks that are going to include, like a Ravenwing command squad, for example, Those guys are going to be crazy because with Cleave 1, you could get Thunderhammers getting as much as +4 attacks if they charge like a 20-man unit. So Orcs and Crew are going to have some scary problems in there. Um, it's been a great time for Space Marines. They've had another monthly update. They'll probably get another few updates between now and the Codex because we've only seen a smidgen of what they're going to change. But it seems really exciting. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're scared of your Space Marine overlords. I'm terrified. I think they're going to smash me up. But let's see what happens. Thanks for watching. Don't forget your secondary objectives.